What comes to mind when you think of the word distractions? Do you automatically go to they're negative, they get in your way, they are something you should feel guilty about having? When I was training for my first full marathon several years ago, I started to believe that life was really all about distractions, that distractions actually kept you in the game of life. So here's how it played out for me. During long training runs, I trained with two other women, two friends of mine, and as we ran these long training runs, we had great conversation. That conversation was a beautiful distraction from the fact that my shorts were rubbing on my waist, that my feet were hurting, that I was hot. They were a beautiful distraction. As I got to race day, my playlist was a fantastic distraction. What was going to be the next song? And before you know it, another mile had passed. Or I was looking out into the crowd to see if I could find my husband, and 2 more miles had passed. And I hadn't felt, the ache in my side or whatever it might be. And so the distractions kept me in the race. They kept me in the game. I think about that in a work context, and oftentimes we have tasks that we don't like at work, things that we don't want to do. Well, having these distractions can keep you with it. So maybe it's sitting outside and having the distraction of, a nice breeze or a different setting can help you work through a task that is feeling a little tough or difficult. As a business owner, going to a coffee shop with another entrepreneur and working on some tasks together can feel like a great distraction, right? Something that distracts me from the fact that I am spending a good chunk of my Saturday working on my business versus out at the beach or on a hike or whatever it might be that feels a little less heavy or tough in the moment. So that distraction can be really great. I also think of distractions in terms of switching your mindset from one task to another. So you can use a distraction. Let's say you're working on a project and you have a deadline and you're working really hard and you're not making a ton of progress, but you have to stick with it because it's due. One way to help you through that, move through it a little bit more quickly, is to do something completely different. So this might look like going for a hard run or taking some time to sit outside and drink a glass of water, right? To be distracted and let your mind move into a different topic or maybe not even something that you're consciously working towards or thinking about. So just shifting that mindset, and then when you return to that initial task, oftentimes you'll find new ideas come up or you see what's on the screen just in a different way. And so that distraction for your mind really opens some things up for you. So I invite you to shift your perspective, reframe your thoughts around distraction, and see if you can use them to your advantage. Right? How can you use them to stay in the game, to stick with a task, to generate new ideas, to bring more joy into the work you're doing? So think about that when you're planning your day. Maybe as you head into Monday and you think about you've got some tasks. I know I've got some things on my list on my whiteboard here that I have to do next week. Maybe there's something on there that doesn't feel as exciting or energizing, and filling it with a little distraction could be just the way for you to be more effective and stick with it a bit more. So I'd love to hear your ideas on it. Always know that you can reach out to me. I would love to be your distraction or come up with some brainstorming around ways to keep your head in the game so you can achieve your goals.